So, guys, Will here, sci fi guy, and we're talking Star Trek Picard is garbage? Now, I didn't say that, but other people are saying it. Several of the biggest sites on the web, and actually, a lot of fans are saying it as well. This is, of course, from The Gamer, and it is Star Trek Picard is garbage. It's very, very self evident, very clear. No amount of fan service can save this dumpster fire of a show. Now, the show is over. Well, now I've heard rumblings and rumors that Patrick Stewart has ideas to bring it back, a fourth season or continue it in some way. I mean, it's interesting because, of course, the third season, we're left, I guess, wondering, what's going to happen. Officially, of course, the official word is that the third season is it. That's all. But, again, people are saying, hey, let's bring it back. I think Jerry Taylor, Terry Matalas, the showrunner, and others said, let's bring it back. And now the last I heard, Patrick Stewart was saying he wants to, he would come back, I guess, if there was a fourth season. So, you can say something is garbage, it's a bomb, it's a fail. It's a fail, right? Epic fail. But why? Now, in this article, Star Trek Picard is garbage. This is by Andy Kelly. And it was published a year ago, so before season 3. But there are websites that talk about how bad season 3 is as well. So we'll get to that later. But Mr. Kelly here, Andy Kelly, goes through a good list of why he thinks it's garbage. He says it's obsessed with violence and misery. In Next Gen, violence was always a last resort, and even then it was used reluctantly. There was a hopeful future where empathetic and enlightened people would negotiate. Picard, on the other hand, is full of gunfights, over-choreographed fight scenes, and stupid gratuitous violence. Now, I should say that I have only seen about 10 episodes, smatterings, 6 or 7 or so of the first season, 1 or 2 of the second, and 1 or 2 of the third. So maybe 10 or 11, and it just didn't work for me. To say it's garbage, I can't necessarily say it, but it certainly didn't work for me as a fan and as someone who wrote for Next Generation. Now, of course, just because you're right for something doesn't mean you're the expert, I know, but I invested a lot of time and energy as a fan and then as a writer, so to me, I was like, this is just not happening, this is just not doing it for me. And, so, again, Mr. Kelly says, he goes on, there's no actual science fiction in it. Picard is not sci-fi. It thinks it is, or at least wants to fool you into believing it is, but there's no substance here at all. Next Gen used the genre to ask big, challenging questions, present compelling what-if scenarios, and raise difficult moral quandaries and invite you to solve mind-bending mysteries. And that, of course, is all of Star Trek, from the original series right into Deep Space Nine and Voyager. I mean, Deep Space Nine might have been more the war metaphor, but there was incredible exploration of the changelings, the Jem'Hadar, the Vorta, genetically modified races. I know changelings appeared in Picard in season 3 and to very mixed results. So finally, again, to finish up with Andy Kelly's article, Picard feels like a totally different character. In Next Gen, he was tough, capable. He never let his emotions get the better. Here, he sort of, I guess does. It says he was a hard ass, but he had heart too. In Picard, however, this character we spent 107 episodes with is nowhere to be found. The new Picard is overly sentimental and constantly drifting around in a dreary fog of nostalgia. Now, you could say maybe it's because he's older, obviously Patrick Stewart in the character, I guess, but it is kind of like, you bring back a character and they're completely different. Fans, most people are not going to like it. There's no dialogue, just sarcastic quips. He criticizes the dialogue, there's really nothing there. The fan service is relentless, like the Easter eggs, the cameos. Everyone is an alcoholic for some reason. That's really interesting. I haven't watched enough to see that. And then finally, they made Q boring, which that's pretty hard to do. says basically John Delancey is brilliant and he deserved better. So there you go. Now there's another article, because that's not around season 3, and that this says about how Picard is bounding into comics is fan service, bad fan fiction, but it's made with conviction. So there's something there. There's something more than season 1 or 2, but bounding into comics is saying it's fan service. Once again, it's trying to appeal just to the nostalgia in us. And the sort of cameos, bringing the crew back and such. I remember I saw one of them with Moriarty, the holographic Sherlock Holmes villain, and I was like, it was cool kind of to see Daniel Davis back, but it was also kind of stupid. So anyway, guys, leave some feedback. Tell us what you think. Subscribe if you have not, and we'll see you soon.